Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another cast from the Custom Campaign Tournament number 3 right here on XBuy Stream and WatchLeft4Dead.com. I am Rails Barlow, and we are bringing you a Round 4 Diescraper match between Teams Revelation and Team Apollyon, and I do have some lovely co-casters with me here this evening. First of all, we have Jay. How are you today, Jay?
What's up?
Hello, Jay. And we also have Yams. How are you today, Yams?
I'm doing good today, ready to see this great match between Flo's team Revelation and Grizz's team Apollyon.
Indeed, and both of these teams as they stand right now are near the very top of the tournament, and I am extremely excited to see how this is going to go. There were a lot of questions about when this match was going to be played, whether this match was going to be played, how many forfeit wins were going out, but all of them have been solved, as Team Revelation has just kicked a couch off the top of that Diescraper, but I'm expecting a very, very close match tonight here, guys.
Both teams are currently undefeated, so yeah.
Yeah, that's a big thing. And Yams, do you have any predictions coming into this as we see both these teams already here ready to play?
I think there will be a death charge at some point, and I think it'll really tip in favor of some team. There's a lot of death charges in this map. It's a scary one.
Indeed it is, and actually both of your teams have already played your matches this week. I believe both of you guys won. And is there really any secret to doing well on this map, would you say? I'm going to ask that to Jay first.
Not getting death charge, I would say, is the biggest secret.
Yams, what do you think?
I'd say where you play the tanks on the bigger maps, the 700 distance maps, and not getting death charge are the two biggest things you have to worry about.
Yeah, and as soon as XBuy raise up, we will be able to take this live. As we said, very entertaining game going out right here. Of course, XBuy's behind makes them spectate, but now we are going live. We're going to have Team Revelation on the Survivor side first, and Team Apollyon on the Special Infected. This first hit is going to be a Smoker, a Boomer, a Spitter, and a Hunter, and I felt it coming, guys. It wouldn't be Left 4 Dead without a pause.
Jeez. We have the Boomer pre-spawned.
Yeah, Boomer's already pre-spawned, as is that Smoker in the back. Boomer gets a beautiful tri-boom, as a matter of fact. Hunter gets a separation pounce going in. The spit is going to go down on And as well, and now the pull actually goes out on him as well. And you know what? We actually have to do roster rundowns first. So for Team Revelation, we have And, aka Azula, Evol, Lucky, and Purely Asian. Who do we have for Team Apollyon, Yams?
We have Doodlebugs, Bad, Acer, and Grizz, their main lineup.
Exactly, their main lineup coming out in full force here, waiting to see exactly what they can do. Both of these teams have practiced this map and know, I think, where they want to go. I'm not exactly sure where Nick was going there, probably trying to find that Smoker. Jumping through a window there, as a matter of fact, there was almost a separation, but now the pick did go out on the Smoker. Jockey comes back in, manages to land on a coach for a little bit of chip damage, and the Hunter actually runs up there and gets scratch damage onto Purely Asian as Evol takes a Boomer down below. What do you think of those first couple hits there, Jay?
Well, no charger right there, so first boom. A lot of damage on Nick with the spit. And those scratches there on Ellis, was it? Pretty good damage so far for no charger.
It is pretty good damage. You know, we actually have a draw coming out here right now on this witch, and a nice draw is successfully completed by Purely Asian, aka Ellis there, as we keep moving down this wonderful corridor where they still actually have just gotten their charger, but Team Revelation have already pushed out. They're going on the ones in the back. The Jockey goes in there and gets M2. The Spitter pre-spit. Now the charger goes and is not going to land on much of anything. Smoker is in front there. And you know what? We actually have a tank up right now into the hands of Time to Commit Sudoku, aka Acer, and XBuy. We have War Rooms, correct? Alright, then how about we take this over to a Team Apollyon Special Infected War Room, please?
That intimidation!
Oh, Boomer!
You can get the
I
boost
can
on
get
one
time back there.
I'm gonna go in out like this. I'm going in, boys. Help me, team!
Support now. Nice.
Nice support, guys!
Nice. That's a wipe.
Beautiful support!
That's a wipe! Oh, behind you.
Oh no, it's not a wipe.
It's not a wipe.
And we are back, indeed we are. That was the first tank of the game in the hands of Acer right there for Team Apollyon. Extremely close to being a wipe. The one pin onto Ellis did get cleared in Yams. What do you make of that tank?
I think they played it really well, and I think the support went in a little late, though. I think they would have maybe wiped if they went in sooner, and the tank had more help to deal with that melee.
Exactly. At the end there, he did indeed get chopped down by those melee weapons. And what do you think of that, Jay?
Well, support went in when the tank had 900 health, and they waited for him to get that first down. After that, it was 3-on-3, so it was very close.
Yeah, a couple more hits there from that tank actually would have spelled the end of LS2, but now we do have Team Revelation still pushing on. A tough tank there since they weren't able to push out to this area. Boomer jumps in, gets M2 to nicely shut down by Azula there. And now we have the Smoker on the alarm car. Looks as though Coach is actually trying to get around to pop that, but actually Nick just says screw it and shoots the Smoker and the alarm car at the same time. Now the Hunter's going to come in and he's going to get beautifully shut down by Purely Asian, shutting down his brother Bad there. And Yams, they actually have a pretty good bonus for this map.
I've seen better on this map, but they definitely have a decent bonus going into map 2.
Now, actually, the goal is going to be for Team Revelation to try and wipe Apollyon at that tank, but they do make the safe room with an 880-point chapter score for map 1 of Diescraper. Lucky saying no scope there for a second, but a pretty nice and balanced approach from Revelation on their survivor side of things. And Jay, what do you expect? How do you expect, I should say, Team Apollyon to do?
I think that's a low bonus for what we're used to seeing, but that tank is much harder on Survivor than it is if you take the parking garage.
Then do you think they're just gonna like try to do what Team Revelation did, spread out and hope they don't get like tri-cap or something like that?
Yeah, I think Boomer is definitely crucial there, though. Caps do not land as much as Boomer does in that lower room.
Yeah, and I think the Boomer on Team Apollyon Survivor, or Infected turn I should say, actually did get a tri-boom or something in that small area, and the Common actually in, and I think as we mentioned a little bit late on the support coming in to help the Common Infected get the Survivors locked, because I saw the tank's health going down really, really fast. They focused him as he came in. He was at like 3k, as you said, before they even thought about sending in the support. So, I don't know, but we'll see exactly where Team Apollyon decides to take this. And Apollyon, from seeing them play through RBT, definitely all the way back to Watch Left 4 Dead, they become a very, very strong team in this community, Yams.
I totally agree. And I think that their best bet with this tank would be to push out into the parking garage above, like in front of them, in that doorway. But I don't know if they can because of where that tank spawns. So we'll see if they can get to that.
Yeah, it seems as though the tank actually spawns and almost blocks their path, so they might decide to do something gutsy like that if there isn't a hit-up, but if there's a hit-up, then I would expect them just to stay in the same room that we saw Team Revelation stay in, honestly.
I totally agree.
So, they're looking at it here. They're probably also going to try to minimize their damage. I'm looking to see what weapons they're going to use, but I expect it to be probably a 3 Uzi setup, especially for a tank in that small area. But I'd say the map 1 of Diescraper really isn't like the most deciding map in the entire campaign, but whatever advantage you can get so far, that definitely does help you out. Wouldn't you say, Jay?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think map 3 and map 2 sort of tip the game in the favor more.
I would say so. And we are live here, so we're going to see Team Apollyon jumping off, and we actually have a pullback, and a Hunter and a Spit actually missing onto Doodles there. Now the pullback does land, and he is completely separated. Almost a whole lot of damage going out onto him right there, had that Spitter landed, but fortunately for Team Apollyon, they weren't able to get that down on the Team Revelation side of things. And now they are going to be blitzing their way through the map. They are also known for doing something like this, having Acer running way, way far ahead, trying to clear out as much as he possibly can. And Yams, we're seeing them try to take a whole lot of distance here.
I think that what they're doing is really good for the custom campaign. I think you have to take as many chokes as possible while the hits are down during custom campaigns in order to win, whereas like Dark Carnival, you kind of can bait everything.
Exactly, and you know what, Acer's already finding his way towards the Witch here, and he actually is just going to jump in, and he's actually going to fail the crown, so Acer is going to be down right there. Huge mistake coming out from Team Apollyon so far, and we actually have a jockey landing too for a second onto Rochelle. Double boom lands as well, and now this might be a proxy on that boomer, but a massive amount of damage going on to Team Apollyon there, Jay.
That was huge, and Revelation was not even ready for that Witch. That crown, botch crown, set everything up.
Yeah, and Yams, that's going to put them at a major disadvantage going into this tank.
Yeah, that puts Doodles down to 3 punches and Acer close to it after the bleed out happens. That's really scary for them when they get cornered in these rooms.
Yeah, and you know what? This tank is actually running in here right now. We don't have time for a war and keep it here. We're going to have that tank going in with only his support coming up right now. He's already down to about 3.5k. Manages to get a punch onto Acer, another punch onto Acer. He has a melee on his back, and the support's going in, and they have a tri-cap on the field. Apollyon just got tri-cap, but it looks as though Coach is going to be able to clear this. Another punch going out, and he's spraying the damage very, very effectively. That jockey's still going onto Doodles. Another punch going out onto Grizz there, and he is spraying this damage very efficiently. That was almost a wipe. Rock going out, not going to land on the Grizz. Now the jockey actually gets a rejock over there. Tank is pushing back, and now he is indeed dead, but what an outstanding tank and SI support from Team Revelation there, Yams.
Yeah, that was a really good tank right there. I don't think it doesn't get much better than that other than the wipe, but they came really close anyway, and they got all the bonuses down. There's only a little bit of bonus left on Doodlebugs and Bad.
Exactly, and Jay, I was not ready for that tank to do that, but he came right in with that tri-cab.
We saw both teams nearly almost wipe on that tank.
That was some really gutsy calling there from Team Revelation, but I absolutely love it. They get the bonus down, and right now, even if Apollyon were to step into the safe room right now, they'd still be down by about 220 points, and that obviously cannot be too comforting for them going into another map. But it's going to be a Charger, Spitter, a Boomer, and another spawn coming into queue in about 2 seconds here for Team Revelation. They're going to look to try to hit that bonus on both Doodles and Bad. So it's going to be actually it's going to be a 2-2 with that Charger Hunter, I should say. Boomer spawns behind the white van, trying to find an arc boom somewhere. I don't think he's actually going to get it, and he does indeed get popped. And that actually might have been a sack if I'm not mistaken, Yams.
I believe it was. I believe they're setting up for these huge above spawns up here with the spitter, and they're gonna bleed them out while they're baited.
Ellis is black and white. Acer.
Yeah, that's true, because he went down during the tank, and he also went down on that witch, so killing him would defeat 1/4 of the multiplier for Team Apollyon here. Revelation's probably going to try to go for him, and they already have one survivor getting in, but now they are going to launch the rest of this hit. They almost have to, because they're already almost inside. Hunter jumping his way down. Charter is going to miss, and that is going to be a skied Hunter. The spit does go down, and Acer jumps on top of a trash can to save himself, Yams.
Really good play there by Acer. Really heads up. Last second move.
He is almost at one. He actually is 1 health, black and white right there. Grishy in the alarm car. They are going to make them into the safe room. X-By wants friendly fire, but he's not going to get it. And Jay, after one chapter, the score is 880 to 604 in favor of Team Revelation.
200 points, and we'll have to see what other tanks they get in this campaign, but it means nothing in this campaign as we've seen so far. Teams can easily come back from that.
Yeah, for most of the matches that I've seen teams have almost even, I'd say 600-point leads going out into the second chapter. I think that actually happened in your game, CMs, last night, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that happened in our game. We actually ran 4 shotgun on that map because it was so close quarters. We felt comfortable with it.
Yeah, and I mean, I saw it Apollyon, and I think actually both teams ran. I know definitely Apollyon ran the whole 3 Uzi setup, but at the same point in time now, it's going to be dependent on exactly where this tank spawn is. And you know what, guys? It's a 14% tank.
This tank can be a real monster if they actually let him rock, or if they take him inside. He can wipe either way. Really, it can be really scary. You have to play this really well as a team in order to make it past with a good bonus.
That's nuts. That's actually 14%. I've honestly haven't seen a tank spawn that close yet in any of the matches that we've seen. But Jay, what would you call here if you're on the Survivor team?
Survivors, you need to LOS in the room where they are right now, outside of the safe room when spawns are down, then go to the open when they're up.
Obviously,
that alarm car is hittable, but
yeah,
it's so out of the way that it isn't usually relevant.
Yeah, I don't know. If I'm the tank here, yeah, if the tank commits while they're in there, it's going to be an absolute. But that's what kind of Jay said though when the spawns are down. But we will see how Team Revelation decides to handle it here. Obviously, an early wipe for one team and then a non-wipe / safe room make for the other team would be an absolute shift in the bonus here and the score. So both teams have to be extremely careful, as we did mention. And Team Revelation have made their way out of the safe room. Looks as though the hit is going to be a Spitter, a Jockey, a Hunter, and a Charter for this first hit. I did not turn on my spec HUD, so I'm looking at Ghost. But Team Revelation being extremely careful as they kill all of the common here before they exit the safe room. And I do expect this hit from Team Apollyon. And you know what? They shoot the alarm car pre-tank, and they've gone back into the safe room, Yams. What do you think of that call?
I think that's a good call with the tank being so early. You don't want to accidentally hit that car during the tank from a smoker pull or something. Looks like they're going in now inside the safe room, though.
Indeed they are. That charge is going to land. The Hunter gets skied, the Jockey gets shut down, and the Spit is going to land onto Nick, who is in the corner there, but obviously the spread is not as big in the safe room. But a pretty gutsy call right there from Team Apollyon to actually send that in that kind of area, and they managed to get almost 40 damage out of it, Jay.
So they shot the car, so the car won't be a factor during the tank, but they took 50 damage, so I don't think that was worth it.
I'm not sure. But the tank is up right now for Team Apollyon in the hands of Grizz, who is getting chipped. And you know what? Let's take it over to a Team Apollyon Special Infected Worm and see how they play it.
Let's go.
Go. I can play walk tank, man.
Wait, you want us to hit?
Yeah. Do your damage.
It's good damage.
Yeah, I've gotten
Oh, very
2
nice.
rocks on Evil.
You see him? Just hiding in that corner.
Yeah, I'm making punch noises so they think I'm committing or something. And I swear.
Yeah, dude, spook him, spook him. I call it the spooky strat.
Yeah.
A little lower.
Really close.
Hola, hola.
You got this shit.
Yeah.
Quick, vamonos.
I have a smoke on Prelation back
Go,
here.
go, 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 go,
Let's go.
Nice.
How the fuck did I not get him? Fucking hackers, dude.
That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, for this tank? Of course.
But
Are any of the cars hittable or nah?
Your second
On my
pass.
left there's one.
Alarm one.
Your second pass.
I know.
Okay.
Hello.
You know where that smoker pulled that guy? You can fight the tank behind that car.
Shut up, we're not even
No.
playing.
Not a pib.
I'll see what I can do with this boomer.
Wait, I want them on me before you try for that boom. Just wait. Get up high. I think you rock this one. Just wait. I'm gonna go in. I would need the support and really early. I'm gonna separate them. Lucky separate. Let's go.
Okay.
Go now, boom. Go now. They're focusing me.
I got one guy hit.
Good,
Grizz.
good. I'm gonna punch him.
Oh, this got framed.
And we are back. That was the second tank of the game for Team Apollyon in the hands of their captain Grizz there. And that did a okay amount of damage, but I'd say a pretty good take by our survivor team here, Yams.
I agree. I think it can be done a little bit better, but I also think they did really well. That's definitely a tank that can wipe and can be aced at the same time.
Yeah, and we were talking about during War Room, Jay. Usually if you just commit regularly like that, you're probably not going to get a whole lot.
You can probably get one person down, but what Apollyon did is they spread damage out over 3 people, so it makes it easier the rest of the map.
Pretty good idea. Now that Smoker did try to go for a pull in the back and does get killed. Hunter flying in as well as that Charger, and the Charger actually is looking for it, but he's going to get completely mowed down. Spit goes down on top of an umbrella stand right there, gets a little bit of a proxy onto Lucky, but that's all they're going to get. And now with no tank left, Yams, they can probably blitz this map pretty fast.
Yeah, these maps are actually surprisingly short when you think about how much the tank really accounts for the map. They're 700 distance, but at the same time you can make some of them in 4 or 5 hits if you go really fast.
Exactly, and I think that's the speed that we're going to be seeing out of Team Revelation here. As another hit for Team Apollyon is coming into queue. It's a Boomer, a Spitter, a Jockey, and a Smoker, so not a very powerful hit, especially for an open area kind of like this. But we're actually going to see the Boomer spawn up and land onto Coach. I believe they are sitting around here. That was a sack, so they're going to try to do something inside. And I also hear a Witch crying somewhere, Jay.
The Witch is... she in the stairs? They will be able to pull that from below on the staircase.
Yeah, she's right at the top of the stairs.
Yeah, okay, so that means they're probably going to send their lowest bonus in there to try and pick her. The Jockey's already up on the Witch, and it's going to be a Smoker, a Charger, and a Spitter, so pretty devastating hit, as a matter of fact, if they manage to make it work for Team Apollyon. And now, that Charger is looking for a spawn in the back, and the Witch has been drawn by Alice. The Jockey lands onto him, but is immediately cleared. Smoker's there, too. Witch knocks him out of the way. The Charger does land, and a beautiful crown, while in Spit actually goes out, but that's a lot of damage going out on the E-Ball there, Yams.
Yeah, I think the most important part about these maps is getting people to be slow. Because that opens up so much room for so many more chokes and hits.
Exactly, and this event here can be pretty brutal for the survivors, especially due to the fact that I think in every match I've seen besides the one that we're in right now, I've seen the tank during the event, so I don't think, we're obviously not going to see that right now, but Jay, this event can also be pretty perilous for the survivors.
Pretty what?
Perilous, you know, like dangerous and stuff.
It's a one-hit event, basically. No tank.
Yeah.
Usually kill spawn in that room, so
Now this is
I think we'll
happening
see the
right now.
survivors make it.
We actually saw the Hunter, the Charger, and the Jockey all go for the same guy on Lucky Lock, but they actually have deployed a Bile behind. That makes the event a lot less dangerous, as a matter of fact, because look at how many common are in front of them.
No horde in front of them.
There is no horde in front of Team Revelation right now, but I am waiting to see that horde just completely funnel at them from the back, but that might not even happen. They're just completely in front of Team Apollyon's horde, and I am waiting to see what Team Apollyon does, because they are very close to the safe room. They do trigger an alarm. It's going to be a Smoker, a Boomer, a Spitter, and a Charger for this hit. Smoker spawns up in the back along with the Boomer, and they just close the door on both those SI. Charger coming in completely alone and gets wrecked by Purely Asian, and now we're going to see that Spit go down and be completely cleared. They are going to manage to reach the safe room almost, with almost no chip coming in from that last hit right there, and the hit before that being pretty much shut down 2 Yams.
You have to think about, you'll have to think about the mini event here at the safe room when they have to pull the elevator down. That also spawns a horde. So they could take another big hit here, you don't know.
Yeah, but the thing that I like for the survivors in this area is that they have a lot of room to be agile and a lot of elevation to take. We're going to see them probably sit on top of these I think they're like dividers here that's usually used for airport security. It reminds me of Dead Air. But we're actually going to see another hit coming in right now. Boomer gets popped. Spitter trying to land. The Spit actually bounces off the boxes and is not going to land. Rochelle manages to work her way out of that, but Jay, they're still sitting at a pretty nice bonus.
They have 572 right now, which is a little bit less than half of the map, but for that tank, they didn't take much after so
yeah,
the damage was during tank.
Yeah, they really controlled their damage mitigation after that, and that's going to be a 1,288-point chapter right there for Team Revelation. But as we know, Yams, Team Apollyon can do the exact same thing.
Oh yeah, these 700 maps are huge, especially if they ace this tank, they can make this map with like a 1,500, 1,600 map total.
Definitely. We could even see them come back to take the lead if they do play that well on their survivor side of things. And now, Jay, if you're special infected here, what do you want to do with this tank?
This tank, I would probably do the same thing that Revelation did, or Apollyon did. Just play Rock Tank for the duration, spread the damage out. You can go in and get one down, but then that person can just be damage sponge the rest of the map.
Yeah, and I mean, that entire spreading of the damage really does depend on the SI hits, obviously, but we learned that those windows that Grizz punched are breakable, and, I mean, if he were to try to go for the wipe, I assume he'd probably have to try to get the car in play, but we might see Team Apollyon employ a similar strategy and shoot that alarm car first, Yams, to make it less of a danger.
I think actually the tank could go behind the building and go above from this ladder and back. And that would actually be a substantially better rock spot, as well as commit spot, because you can get it basically all over them on any side. And then you can drop
Sure.
it on the car if you need to.
Yeah, and if they're going to LS either in the safe room and or in that tunnel over there, you could probably keep sight a little bit better. But we're going to be going live right here. Team Apollyon on Survivor and Team Revelation on Special Infected. It's going to be a Hunter, a Spitter, a Jockey, and a Charger for the first hit for Revelation. And they actually spawned the tank without queuing the alarm car. Now we're going to see this Charger rocket in. We have a nice 2-cap going out, and then this bot Hunter is coming in trying to get the cover, and they trigger the alarm car. Tank is in the hands of Azula, and you know what? Right now, X-By Special Infected Worm to see what they do.
Go on the roof. We said.
Yeah, just get on the roof and rock.
Is it over here?
No. What are you doing?
No, go the
Just
way
get
you
to-
normally would.
Yeah, go that
Yeah,
way.
there you go.
Go left.
And then to your left. There you go.
Give me your rock, ASAP.
Alright, for sure. Come on, Lucky. Start
Go,
distracting.
go. I need a rock right now, go.
I gotta get a spawn.
I'm like... That's it.
Grizz is M2, damn it. It's too good. Nice try.
Just get sight. Don't even throw rocks.
Yeah, I was gonna say, try to just rotate with them. They're going under, so just move to your left.
Go get the car. Go get the car. Fuck.
Can you get a boom right now? If you get a good boom, I'll commit.
You should be able to get a double on the 2 people inside.
Go.
I don't want to waste the boomers.
Stop,
To go
stop.
in for me. You guys gotta
Alright.
distract from me.
Want me to go in?
Yeah, go for the car.
Boom it.
You have to help him. Oh, you got it right here.
Get out. Get out.
Yeah, you can still get out.
Are you
Oh
serious?
my gosh,
That's
these
fucking
cars.
worse than
Curve
like-
rock.
Nice.
Good job,
Just
dude.
do the same thing. If
Don't
you
attack tank. You're
can.
good. AI it if you
There's
have to.
yeah, he's chasing you. They're chasing you now. Just AI it.
Alright.
Just wait for him.
Yep. I was going in.
Wait. Just wait.
Just cover me. Nice. Good tap.
And we are back. That was the second tank of the game for Team Revelation in the hands of Azul there. And absolutely outstanding damage going out on the Team Apollyon right here. No pills left. 3 people on full bleed. Grizz just got picked up from a down. Doodlebugs has the only health left. But we saw a couple of opportunities. Oh, what a damage pounce coming out onto Doodles as well. All on that health bonus too. But an outstanding tank so far there, Yams.
Yeah, I really agree. I think they should have gone in right away with that tank, though. But they still did an amazing amount of damage. The car alarm and the tank going in at the same time would have been huge. And now you have to think about 2 of the people, or almost 2 of the people, are slow now, and they're going to have to take out the rest of this map with 2 slow people.
Exactly, and as we were talking about a little bit in the caster's room there, Jay, they did have a couple chances that we think the tank might have wanted to take.
Between the very first hit with the car alarm going off, then there was a charge that landed right below the tank, and the tank opted to keep rocking. Still did an incredible amount of damage, but
Yeah, I mean,
we
if they
thought it
wa-
could have been a wipe.
Yeah, if they wanted to play for the wipe, they would have probably tried to go for the car during the car alarm horde that was going off. But either way, they have Team Apollyon completely screwed in terms of health right now because, as we said, Doodlebugs has the only solid bonus left, and people are slow. Grizz is actually working his way towards this witch right now. It's going to be a Spitter, a Smoker, a Hunter, and a Boomer for the hit from Team Revelation to try to stop Apollyon here. Grizz is probably going to be the one to take it because he has the least amount of health, either him or Bad. But they might not want Grizz to go black and white, so it could even be Acer. But one of these people is going to go up there. It looks like it's Grizz. Grizz pulls her through the floor. Witch is coming down. Grizz is going to get a beautiful crown right there. But now there is going to be some smoke and some spit going out, as a matter of fact. And Grizz is downed anyway. Boomer spawns up and gets a boom onto Doodles, and a pounce goes out onto Acer as well. Grizz is going to try to clear that, and he almost has Acer go down right in front of his eyes. But a beautiful crown there by Grizz, but a lot of residual damage too, Yams.
Yeah, they're so slow now, and with the black and white, they're probably going to wipe on this map at some point. Or they're going to make it with 2 people or something really bad.
Exactly. I mean, and obviously this event here, as we said, if you're fast, it can be like a one-hit event right there. It could be perilous depending on how the survivors take it. But Jay, Team Apollon's in a bad position right now.
Alice is sitting at 1 health. Her coach is sitting at 7 health.
6,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, that's definitely bad for them going through the event, but they are going to try to make it as far as they can, and Doodlebugs might have to make a run for it, but it's going to be a Jockey, a Spitter, a Smoker, and a Charger. Grizz is going to throw the bile outside right now as they start to move their way down this staircase, and looks as though Grizz, who is black and white, is near the front. We see the hit coming in here right now. The down goes out onto Acer. Now the Smoker's going to try to get a pull. Magic's going to pull into bad, and they don't get the down. The Charger gets killed. The Stick goes down. Jockey goes in. Grizz kills that, so all in all, not a bad take, but the difference now is that they're going to have somebody getting up right. Actually, you know what? Neither of them are black and white, so not a bad take at all by Apollyon there, Yams.
Yeah, I agree. They're probably going to make the safe from now with this. I didn't realize that none of those other people had gone down except for Grizz so far.
We
That's what I
saw
thought, too.
Revelation miss this pill spawn here. See if Apollyon gets it.
There's 2 pill spawns actually in this room coming up ahead.
Oh, there's 2.
There are 2. That's huge. That's going to give them safe room with the bonus on Doodlebugs probably.
Yeah,
Revelation
Grizz,
missed both of those.
Grizz threw the pills right there to Acer, actually. Now, they do find the second set of pills, so they're going to be able to make everybody fast again due to that. And now that kind of decision not to go in might be a little bit more regrettable for Team Revelation, but we'll see what they can do right here, right now. That Smoker's going to try to get pulled in the back. They're trying to go for Doodles. Hunter bouncing around, manages to land on a Coach. Charger gets mowed down, and now the Boomer's going to go in from the front and gets a double boom, but what a recovery so far from Team Apollyon, Yams, after that tank.
Yeah, Team Apollyon really pulled this map back after a really questionable tank.
I thought they were going to be completely screwed by the time they got to the event, but Jay, now as we talked about a little, that decision for the tank not to go for the balls out hit is looking a little bit worse now.
We saw 2 almost wipes for Revelation's tanks, and if they keep this bonus, they'll only be down by 400 entering map 3, so there's definitely still in the game.
Exactly, and what Team Revelation needs to do right now is they need to sit on Doodlebug's face and get that bonus off of him. It's going to be a Spitter, a Hunter, a Smoker, and a Jockey coming out right here. Smoker running around outside trying to look for the pull. Beautiful skeet coming out by Acer. We're going to have that Jockey go in there, get M2'd and shut down, and nothing touched Doodles on that hit at all, Yams.
Yeah, I think what you're really seeing here is just Apollion's individual skill and their ability to shut down things by themselves really coming together to make this map.
A bit of a pull going out there, but really nothing really doing. But after that tank, we thought it was all Team Revelation, but Team Apollyon decided to pull it together and they bring it back. And as Jay did mention, it's a very, very small score differential, 540 points going into map 3. And as we said, Yams, map 3 is another map that can definitely turn the tide of this game.
Yeah, that's another 700 bonus map that you can make with a big bonus depending on where the tank spawns.
More
Actually,
often than not, teams will opt to fight it in the movie theater, and
yeah, if the tank spawns there. But I actually saw, interestingly enough, a 15% tank spawn in a game between. Actually, that was your game, wasn't it, Jay?
yeah.
And then, so there is a path to get out of there, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe you have to go up to the event and then drop in the hole onto the helicopter crash spot.
Oh, okay. Well, the tank's gonna be at 41%, so that's gonna be the.
I believe that's the
Movie theater.
I believe that's the room before the movie theater, actually. It might be. We'll find out.
Yeah, that's going to really depend on it, because I saw a bunch of teams take it in the movie theater area, and that's really, really hard for the Special Infected to get damaged, because the tank has to run across rows of seats that make you either jump or just give you a completely hard time finding your seat after you paid your movie theater ticket there. So hopefully the Special Infected have a plan drawn up for that, if it is in the movie theater. But if it's in the room before, I don't think I've actually seen a tank fight there in a match
Yeah,
yet.
down in the construction room, it's not the hardest tank to take, but you can definitely get some 3 or 4. You can get 3 incaps maybe pretty easily, depending on how the sport goes.
Yeah, and I think right now the goal for Team Revelation needs to be they need to make this map again. Like, obviously they're up 500 points, but as we said, Jay, that's really nothing right now for this map.
Because this tank is so easy, the score spread can be so high, whether you make it or not. It
Yeah.
comes down to the event as opposed to the tank.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, we'll see. If some team manages to get a wipe there, that'd be absolutely outstanding, but we will see what they're able to do here as soon as Mr. Dualbugs does ready up for Team Apollyon. But Team Revelation have extended their lead so far. They will look to do the same thing in the third chapter here. It's been the same game that we promised it would be, and I am extremely happy so far, so I don't know. And then obviously there is a finale to go through as well, but we are going live right here. Team Revelation, as I said, on the Survivor team, and the first hit for Apollyon will be a Charger, a Jockey, a Smoker, and a Spitter spawning up right now. And you know what? The door closes, and then Ellis actually frees. It gets freed from the Smoker pull, and the Charger runs away. But the EMs, that looked pretty bad when the door closed for a second there.
It looks pretty scary, but they pulled it together, and Purely Asian was able to solo that Smoker and only get jockeyed instead of charged.
Yeah, that would have been a lot of damage had he actually been charged spit in the corner. And we do have a Witch, as a matter of fact. Coach pushing his way for it right now, it seems. I'm not exactly sure where she is, though. This is the map trolling me, because I think she's actually a little further
She's in
off.
the aisle in front of the construction room. She's off to the side.
Yeah, okay. So they are going to decide to take her right here. Coach gets a beautiful crown, and the Boomer gets popped after going out only on the Coach. It's going to be a Smoker and a Jockey for the other two spawns, and they got a Spitter. So there's actually no Charger here for the Death Charge, and Team Revelation are going to be able to push their way through here, Yams.
Yeah, I want to see where this tank spawns, because they could either potentially be in this movie theater back in this construction room they're in right now.
Yeah, and right now, Jay, it looks like the special infected spawns are a little bit behind the survivors.
Because of the first hit, they killed the charger last, so they did not have the charger for the death charge here.
Yeah,
Or
now,
huge.
now they're getting it, so now they obviously missed that one opportunity, but it's still a good hit nonetheless. It's a spitter, a smoker, a charger, and a jockey. Smoker's going to spawn up right here, and that is going to signal that the tank is going to spawn here instead of in the movie theater, obviously. Jockey spawns up, and Spit's going to go down as well. Almost got M2. Rochelle actually gets jockeyed into the Spit for a second there. Bot Smoker coming in is going to get killed. Charger YOLOing in and gets leveled by Lucky. I was about to say luckily leveled, but it gets leveled by Lucky. And the tank is in the hands of Doodlebugs for Apollyon, so let's take it over to a special infected Warrior Max Vi.
Yeah, dude, look at this. This is fucking insane. Here's actually Boomer
Charger, no
spot.
bueno, easy level. They'll shoot him, got him down for long rope. Versatile, special infected. Hunter, jockey.
You
This
can
is-
try right here, bad. Yeah, yeah,
Hang on.
good.
See if you can get that.
I'm going in.
Oh, I can't get a pull.
Tank's gonna be dead, we gotta go now.
Cover this, cover this.
What?
I think I'm beating him to the death. If I were here, he'd make a freaking outrage over that.
No.
Definitely could have done.
And we are back. That was the tank for Team Apollyon in the hands of Doodlebugs. Imagine you get it down there, but we saw a little bit of a miscoordination from the SI, I think, Jay.
Tank got the down, he might have been able to escape, but the boomer popped at the end, stunned him, and that was his death.
Yeah, but besides that, Yems, we also saw the tank block the smoker tongue on that
Yeah,
commit.
the smoker tongue was blocked, and there was no charger, and there was a boomer, and there was no horde that was coming in. It was just a really big miscommunication or miscalculation by Apollyon.
Yeah, this is a nice little pounce going out right here. Now the boomer's gonna try to proxy, but Rochelle actually runs up the stairs, being the damage tampon, not actually taking a whole lot of damage there. That's gonna be a charger. That spitter actually already used it, so they're gonna see Team Apollyon move back here and wait for the movie theater entrance, Yems.
Yeah, I think that the movie theater entrance is not really a choke that much, just because it's so easy to shut down with the big wide doorway. And as you see, they just shut it down right there.
Yeah, Evil actually ran in there and got a hit on the charger, backed up, then leveled the charger, and then took a little bit of spit damage, but we're now going to be seeing Team Revelation pushing their way through here, going up the staircase, just completely motoring their way. Now they have reached the event area here, and this is a very wide and very, very dynamic area, Yams.
Yeah, I think that this map is really easy from this point out. Unless they get some crazy hit, there's only one big real choke that I think is that scary, and it's that end choke with the ladders, if you get ledge hung a lot.
Yeah, well, they do actually get a pounce going out onto the non-bonus again there. Jockey does get shut down. Smoker looking for a pull, does manage to get onto Azula, so a little bit of chip damage. But Jay, Team Revelation have done a really good job this chapter so far.
If they can just keep Evil in the front, then should be able to hold this bonus.
Apollion's
Which
going to
should
have to
take
find
right
a
out
way.
of the way.
Yeah, exactly. Apollion's going to have to find a way to hit them in whatever event spot they choose to hold out. I'm not exactly sure where they're going to go, but they're pushing up this escalator here already. They are not getting that spread out either. They're moving fast, but they're also moving very efficiently. It looks like they are going to do the Room of Glass here, where everybody thinks you can land a death charge, but the charger just doesn't go through the window. So it's going to be a boomer, a charger, a jockey, and a hunter here. So no spit either. So these separation pinners really should be easy to shut down for Team Revelation in here. Hunter going in, double boom does land, and now that Hunter is going to get M2. Charger is going to land onto Nick. Double cap does land for a split second, but going to get very easily clear, as I said. And with no spitter in there, even though the boomer gets a quad proxy Yams, that's still not a very effective hit.
Yeah, I don't think it's a very effective hit. I think they should definitely
I'm
be
getting
waiting.
lag.
Yeah, is the server lagging?
Yeah. I think we're
Anyway,
okay.
I don't think that's a very effective hit because now they can just rush most of the event because the gate just
Exactly.
open.
I heard a dog.
I heard a dog as well. The server dropped for a second there, but we are indeed back. This grate is still coming up, and we have another pause coming out from Evil. The gun. What happened to it? It might be out of bullets. Saying that they're getting DOS, but I'm not seeing that. I don't know if you guys are, but my ping's still at like a 59.
Yeah, 46
Your ping?
ping.
Yeah, my ping's fine. I don't know. Maybe, yeah, he might be getting DOSed on his end or something like that, but I think they're able to run forward now, so it looks as though everything is okay for the moment, but Team Apollon's hit is still down, so we are back to play here as Revelation moves their way through. It's going to be a Charger, a Hunter, a Spitter, and another spawn coming into queue right now is a Jockey, so it's at Tricap. Hunter is already pre-spawned, going in there. Imagine get dead stopped by two survivors and killed, and that's going to be a Jockey down as well. Charger going for a free charge there, not going to get much of anything. Shut down, a beautiful play there, Yams.
Yeah, that's really good for this, especially when they needed that spitter to land with some big damage in order to get these bonuses down. Now they're just going to take one more hit and they're going to make the map, I think.
Exactly, and Jay, we are seeing Team Revelation continuing their tone so far on Survivor, making it with almost a 792 bonus with just one more hit to go.
If they don't do anything with the spit on the stairs here, then looks like they should be able to keep this. One thing to note is this ladder choke. Most people do not know about it, but if you jockey someone, pound someone, they're on it, you get an incredible amount of fall damage.
Oh, okay. Yeah, especially if the jockey's like underneath them somehow and then just pops them into the air for a second to get that extra velocity, but we'll see exactly what they're able to do. I'm looking at the safe room right now, and the reason I am is because we had an interesting dilemma in your match the other day, Jay, where if there are pills in the safe room and survivors touch them, then they will get a larger bonus. But I don't see any pills in the safe room, so we should be okay.
We should be.
Should be. But they do have the spitter now, because they did drop that boomer, so it's going to be a jockey, a smoker, a charger, and that aforementioned spitter here, as Team Revelation have poked their way out. They have now actually managed to reach the area here with the vent that they have to crawl through, plus this ladder, with a jockey standing in the safe room, and actually managed to get the jockey onto E-Ball, but he is the non-bonus, but he ledge hangs on the ladder. Charger going in there, what is happening? The charger didn't land, so the pull does go out onto Coach, but that was a beautiful level right there by Purely Asian. The spit goes down for just a little bit of damage, and somehow they came out of that hit almost unscathed, Yams.
Yeah, they actually made a really cool play. They went to the top of the stairs and they went through that hole so they could actually skip one of the ladders.
Yeah, I think that's perfectly fine, just knowing the map. And you know what?
I wasn't aware that was a thing.
Me either, but Jay, that's a beautiful performance so far from Team Revelation and brings their total score to 3,612.
So now Revelation is almost 2,000 points ahead of Apollyon. We're going to have to see a very good Survivor side if Apollyon is going to stay in the game.
Exactly, and now, Yams, I'm going to ask you, we saw what happened with Doodlebug's tank for Apollyon, but how would you play that tank from the special infected side of things?
I definitely would have sacked the smoker for a charger, and I think maybe sack the boomer for a jockey or hunter. So you get the traditional room tri-cap with the hunter, charger, and jockey for the stumbles.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that, so we will see if they decide to follow that advice. I would expect that's what they try to do, but obviously getting your sack order correct in that way is a little bit difficult sometimes. But we're going to see the smoker going to pull out right there onto Coach. Charger goes and manages to land as well. Double cap lands, and that is a spit going down on top of that too. All that damage going out onto Bad, and he's still stuck in the spit. What a great first hit, Yams.
Yeah, that's really crazy they damage already. And they stumbled themselves on the propane tanks. That's 40 damage already. That's 2 people in 3 hits.
That's a lot of friendly fire.
Exactly, and Jay, now this does put the pressure on Apollyon here because they need to keep consistently matching these Survivor performances from Revelation.
Also here, they will have a charger for this next hit.
Exactly.
Even if they get the witch.
That wasn't even Acer, that was just Grizz pushing him. So I'm so used to Acer being the one in front pushing through the chokes that I wasn't ready for Grizz to do that. But he does indeed make the play and kill that witch. And it looks as though they are going to have a charger here for this choke. They're going to send the smoker in here right now, trying to go from the back. Actually, fixing the entire hit. Jockey manages to land onto Acer in the front, double boom in the back, lots of separation, and Acer's getting fisted by this charger, being completely annihilated. And that right there, charge hits 2 of them. Doodlebugs goes flying. That right there is as much damage as Team Apollyon did on their tank Yams.
Yeah, that's huge right there. That's going to put them server lag again?
It was for a second.
Server tick rate keeps dropping.
They basically need to play perfect from this point on in order to win the game.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, map 4, there is no guarantees right there for making a wipe and then coming back as Survivor. But here we go. The tank is going to be up for Team Revelation into the hands of Purely Asian with a bot hunter spawning as well. And how we take it over to a Revelation Worm and see how they play this tank, X-By.
Yeah. Wait.
Do you want
Try to get it now.
Want me to get a smoker? Or get rid of smoke?
Yeah, get rid of it. They might push
Give
you.
me that charger. Miracle curve rock, just like me.
Don't take any.
That was almost on point. It was, but alright, I'm ready whenever.
I'm all tuckered out. Got this just for you.
Nice. Allison, not helpful in us, by the way.
We should help him. I'm cleared.
Get him, get him.
Good job.
Boom.
And we are back. That was the third tank of the game. 14 Revelation in the hands of Purely Asian right there, doing work, and that just brought the bonus down. As a matter of fact, they already have 72 points less bonus than Team Revelation did when they made the safe room, Yams.
Even if they made the map right now, they still have to fight through a 600-point difference on the finale.
Exactly, but due to those first couple hits that Team Apollyon suffered, that full down onto Acer, now the nice damage spread by Purely Asian there, Jay, this is going to put a lot of pressure on Apollyon.
We still have 400 more points of map to go, and they already lost the round, so not in really good shape.
Exactly. This Hunter's gonna go in there. Imagine the wall kick on a Doodlebugs as well. So that looks like it was a sack for a second, but no, the Charger goes in there and gets completely destroyed by Acer. Acer is pissed off. He destroys the Charger, destroys the Jockey, and kills the Spitter. Great job being a damage sponge there. But again, the more they keep losing this health bonus as they bleed out, along with the attacks that they take, it's gonna put even more pressure on them for the finale yams.
Yeah, I agree. That attack made Doodlebug slow, so he's gonna have to pop pills during the event when they rush out. So he's gonna be another person bleeding for this rest of the map.
Yeah, I mean, they're just barely starting the event right now, and of course there are some very perilous chokes for them still to endure. But we have a smoker pull going out. The tongue actually got cut by Grizz. Grizz M2's the Jockey and kills it. Another tongue cut going out. Hunter lands onto Coach for a couple ticks of damage there, but not a whole lot. And now Grizz finally does get pulled. He's completely separated from his team, but they do clear the tongue with a little bit more chip onto that health bonus. Smoker is still up, trolling Grizz down below. He's just having a battle with this, and he finally does kill the Smoker from Lucky, but still, Jay, they're taking some chip damage.
He was able to cut the tongue about 3 times, but eventually it did get him.
Now we're going to see them work their way to the glass room, the same one that Revelation employed, but the difference now is that Team Revelation does have a spitter for this room, so it could be used pretty well if they manage to get those separation pinners in there really, really shortly. So we'll see if they're able to actually land the Jockey or the Charger here, or they might actually elect to save, depending. So the spitter's already pre-spawned. This is an interesting strategy here, Yams. I don't know if they're actually going to hit in there.
I think sacking the Boomer here and then just waiting, because there's somebody bleeding, and this is a rush event. This isn't a hold that event. It could really screw them over if they just sit there and bleed. They got a 2-boom going into this, so we'll see what happens if they attack right now.
Exactly, and they have the Jockey and the Charger in a very enclosed space, but the thing is, this is going to allow Team Apollyon to funnel Acer in here, and DD is. He's pushing around looking for the Spitter. They need to spawn. He's found the Spitter, but the Jockey goes in. Charger manages to land a double charge right there, and now the Spitter is going to go down on top of that. Jockey's going to look to rejock Grizz, and indeed it does. Lots of damage going out there on Team Apollyon, but most of it was on non-bonus, Jay.
Most of it was on Acer there, but he's gonna have to take their last set pills. Oh, they do have 2 left. Rochelle is health bonus, and she'll be slow the rest of the map because of that, though.
True, and I mean, they do get the alarm off right there, but they still have a few more points of distance to go here, and obviously that perilous ladder choke to take. It's going to be a Hunter, a Smoker, and 2 other spawns coming to queue. One now is a Boomer, and the last one is probably going to be a Charger, maybe? It's going to be a Spitter, so they actually get a 2-2 off that. They're going to try to get some proxy damage here, I'm pretty sure. But as we did say, Grizz is slow, and he has permanent health. They are trying to find their way up these stairs right now, and the Hunter's already pre-spawn, jumping in! Beautiful skeep by Acer. The pull does go out, Spitter gets killed, Boomer gets popped. That might give Team Apollyon safe room if they move fast enough, Yams.
Yeah, maybe, but Grizz is slow, so you have to keep that and take that. Oh, they just got another set of pills. So now nobody's slow in there.
They should
so yeah,
be able to make it with
they can make safe room right now.
They're going to push as hard as they possibly can, and it looks as though Acer is already scaling those ladders. He's got the spawn blocked. Even with that said, it's just been a lead for Revelation building ever so slowly. Charger's going to spawn down. Imagine they actually bump off the Survivors there. Jockey coming up. They're going to try to get in right before the Survivors make it to the safe room, and they almost do, but that is going to give Team Apollyon the safe room. But still, this is a nice lead for Team Revelation so far, with a 3,612 to 2848 score, as Acer jumps out and just hugs that Jockey for some reason. But Yams, this has been a great performance by Revelation so far.
Yeah, they're playing really well in these maps, and I think that they're probably going to win this game unless some huge upset on the finale. But the finale can be really difficult depending on where you take it, or it can be really easy.
Obviously, there's an early death charge here that teams have tried to hit, but as we said at the start, both these teams have done either a really good job of avoiding the death charges, or their opponents haven't had the right steps for the charges at all, Jay, so that really hasn't been a factor.
And on this charge right here, it's so easy to just wall and bait, and you don't see this one that often.
Yeah, I don't believe this one's really going to have a good chance of landing, because I've seen teams just rail the Charger through the wall, because the walls are made of like paper pretty much for the bullets of the SMGs. So I really don't expect that. Have they removed the chairs and no SMGs? It's going to force the Survivors.
It's just hidden. Oh no, there is 2 shotguns.
I think there's just a chance of having 2 shotguns.
Yeah, I was a little bit confused for a second there, because usually it balanced, but hey, 4 shotties is the way to roll. It's still pretty easy for them to shut down these hits because they can still shoot through the walls. So as soon as we go live here, we are going to be seeing Team Revelation attempting to ride this game out. They have slowly but surely built their lead on Apollyon throughout the entire round so far. And honestly, this has been a really, really good game. I'm really happy we were able to see it played, Yams.
Yeah, I'm really glad this got casted because this has been a really close game between 2 really good teams that maybe one of the teams some people didn't expect to be so good.
Exactly, yeah, Revelation came out and they were not a complete surprise, like, you know the talent that they have on their team, but if they manage to beat Apollyon here, Apollyon's one of the strongest teams in the North American scene, And if Revelation can do it here, kudos to them. It's been a great game so far, and as soon as Doodle's readies up, we will be able to take it live for the finale here. Looks like Team Apollyon doing some planning because they don't have a charger at all, but they're going to look for some proxy damage. And we are live. Team Revelation are going to work their way out of the safe room. It's going to be a Smoker, a Hunter, a Boomer, and a Spitter. Hunter coming in there gets a nice pounce on the E-Ball. Spit goes down on top of that. Boomer actually stumbles Rochelle back through the Spit and gets almost 35 damage on that hit, Jay.
Well, we didn't see a charger hit here, so neither team will have the opportunity to get the death charge, so although they do take a decent amount of damage, Revelation has to be happy that they can get past this choke point to start the event.
Exactly, so they will be able to push through here. I do hear a Witch spawned up somewhere. All these shotties doing a lot of work on the Common Infected right there.
It's right at the room up here.
Yeah, okay, so they're going to have to try to take it like right about now. The jockey's trying to find a spawn, not going to get it. Nice crown going out by Purely Asian. And we're going to see where Team Apollyon elects to hit next. It's going to be a jockey, a hunter, and two other spawns that are a smoker and a boomer. So no chargers still yet, but they have to traverse this perilous ladder here, and they actually managed to do it. Obviously, no attack coming in from Apollyon yet, but it looks like they're going to do it in the hallway here. Jockey spawns up and breaks the wall on the left-hand side there. Now the hunter and smoker both spawn in front. Smoker tries to get a pull, and they actually managed to get the jockey onto Coach there. Lots of separation going out. The skeet does go out, but this is a lot of damage going out now onto Lucky Lock, actually dragging him into a room over there, just completely moving him all over the place. I don't believe it's a death jockey, but that's a lot of damage, Yams.
Yeah, I think that it's a lot of damage if you're close or you're ahead, but I think they need bigger hits. They need like whole in caps, like just single hits right now to come back.
Exactly, because I mean, even as they work their way towards starting the event, we do see the score for Team Revelation increasing now, and this is going to guarantee that Team Apollyon need to make the helicopter finish here to get out of Diescraper with a win. It's going to be a smoker, a charger, a spitter, and another spawn coming into queue. Right now, for Team Apollyon, it's going to be a boomer, so it's at 2-2 with charged smoke, and we do have the attack coming in here right now. They try to launch somebody off the side there. They do manage to land the pull charge spit. Now the pull goes out onto Purely Asian as well. Lots of damage going on to Evo. Actually gets stumbled in the spit, and that is what you were talking about right there, Yams. It was almost a full down.
Yeah, that's what they need. They need about every attack though from this point on, basically. They need to wipe out this first tank, then make Mac solid bonus.
Exactly. And Jay, if you're the survivors right here, you're playing with a pretty comfortable lead. Where do you like to hold out?
Best spot on this map by far is the room with all the chairs, because you can just lock the door. There is the possibility of a death charge, but if you're aware of it, which my team wasn't, just watch out for it and you block the door.
That was almost a huge separation going out right there, but some nice clears coming out from Purely Asian, dead stopping the jockey, killing that hunter. Spit is way late in the evol, so he's not even going to go down from that, and that was a very, very nice play by Ellis there to save that jockey in cap. But as we said here now, if you're Team Apollyon, you need to send that tank in there in this huge conference fighting area, and what special infected setup would you like to use in there, Yams?
I think definitely the typical room tank that I talked about last round, with the hunter, the jockey, and the charger.
Now, I know some people have tried to send a boomer in there to try to like explode the chairs and let the SI have a better path to go in there, but I agree with you kind of where the room hit would definitely be the optimal setup. It's going to be a charger, a jockey, a boomer, and a smoker coming in right now. Smoker gets killed, jockey gets melted, charger gets killed, and that right there is going to be the full it's going to be the full hit, and Grizz launches his boomer off the side of the building to get that sack. But right now, Jay, obviously the Team Apollyon are going to have to send that tank in there and try to do as much work as they possibly can, but do you shoot for the death charge or do you shoot for the wipe with the tank?
Well, I think you have to try both, but I do agree with what you said with putting the boomer in before you send the tank in, because the tank can take up to 2,000 chip if they put enough chairs to block the door.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously while you want the room, it's pick your poisons. Either you want the perfect room setup or you want those chairs blown out of the way. So it's going to be a smoker, a spitter, a jockey, and a hunter for this hit from Apollyon. Jockey going in there, hunter gets melted, jockey gets killed, spit goes down on the tables, and everyone's just going to be able to move out of that way. Purely Asian, very, very lucky with that spit spread that didn't spread to the corner there, or he would have taken a lot more damage. And Yams, we should be seeing the tank relatively soon.
Yeah, I think with this tank, they're going to need to make like a wall of infected along the side and try to funnel them into either the death punch corner or get multi-punches, some big multi-punches here, in order to get this wipe, because they're going to be all at least 4 punches, I believe.
Exactly, and the tank is up for Team Apollyon into the hands of Bad. So how about we take it over to a Team Apollyon Worm here, X-Spy? This is crucial for them.
Do you want a boomer for this?
No, I wanted the smoker to die first, or I don't know.
Yeah, the back's not open, so you can't get a boomer or anything in there.
MOG Curve Rock.
Nice.
Yeah, have they obtained silence CCs yet?
No. Wait,
Yeah,
yeah.
they did.
There's 2? Yeah, there's 2. Fuck, dude.
That's why I wanted the smoker to die first.
Oh. You guys have to go in for this boom. Go in, and then I'll get the boom. Or not. Yeah, it's not gonna be a wipe.
I thought I whipped that punch.
And we are back. That was the 4th tank of the game for Team Apollyon in the hands of Bad, and we saw them send the special infected support extremely early into that room. We saw the Boomer get completely popped. The Hunter managed to get a momentary pin, but then did get cleared. Jockey got M2'd, and that may very well be the win for Team Revelation, Jens.
Yeah, I think if Revelation makes second tank here, even if they wipe on it, Apollyon has to play phenomenally to make the game.
Exactly. Now we have this Boomer dropping down here after hitting that single boom. It's going to be a Spitter, a Smoker, and a Charger for the rest of the hit. Smoker is trying to get a separation pull here, but he is not going to get it. Charger coming down the hallway is going to completely miss. Spit goes again, and there was some lag right there for a second, at least for me.
Yeah.
So, again, the server has managed to stay afloat. And Jay, what'd you make of that tank?
That tank did as much as he could with the lack of support. He didn't miss very many punches, and he did get a multi at the end. What we need to see is Apollyon make this map with health bonus, which I think is possible. But this tank absolutely needs to be away. They cannot allow Revelation to make this finale.
If Revelation makes the finale, the game is over. It's going to be a Jockey, a Hunter, a Spitter, and a Smoker here, so some separation pinners. Jockey spawning in, and as we've seen time and time again, Revelation have annihilated those Hunters and Jockeys. Smoker gets killed, Hunter trying to work his way in, gets caught on the chairs, Spit goes down, not going to land in the center of the room, and that's just going to be on the table, and not on any survivors, obviously. So this is really, really important, Yams. We've seen Team Revelation do a whole bunch of things on their survivor side that's made them extremely strong.
Yeah, they have a lot of real individual skill, and then they really played well together as a team, which is surprising because we haven't seen them play together before this tournament, I believe, except for Eval and Azula, I believe, play a lot together.
Yeah, those two did. I believe they were on Team Final Boss for the Another Swiss tournament run by Fig Newtons and myself. That was the first time I really saw them together. Boomer knocks that stuff out of the way. Jockey going in. They're going for the death charge, and the Charger gets really leveled right there by Azula. And Jay, now Team Apollyon looks a little bit desperate.
They are, but this tank should be a wipe because by the time he commits, 3 people should be below 3 punches.
Did they use up all their pills already, or are there like extra pills anywhere, or did they already?
I believe they used all the extra pills as well.
I think they already used them. Yeah. So okay, this is looking to be a wipe the way it is right now. We can never say guaranteed, but the tank for Team Apollyon is coming up into the hands of Grizz himself. So how about we throw this over to a Team Apollyon Worm for their final tank in this game, XPy?
Why did we get another boomer?
Oh, I thought you guys were not wanted to hit.
No, let's go around the right.
Alright, let's try to get a rock. Alright.
No?
Wait.
We just killed the boomer.
No, let's get a rock. Let's go.
Let me bleed him.
Yeah, just wait. Loki's gonna be down, and then they'll all be down. And before Smoker. Yeah!
Let them bleed a little bit more. You never know what's gonna come down to that next spawn. I think I got it. Let's go.
Okay! Fucking lag. You got it. He's free.
I know.
Yeah, I have a pull. You got it. There's no way. In the foot, there's a way. I can't get a.
No scope! Yeah, no scope! What's going with this one? my tank whiffed like point blank.
And we are back. That was the last tank of the game for Team Apollyon, managing to secure that wipe on Revelation. Just barely. The tank almost died. It's about a 1,400 point game right here, but Team Apollyon can still do it. They need to make this entire map, and they need to have about 600 points of health bonus, if I'm not mistaken. No. They need to have... The map distance is 800, so that's going to be 600 points. So yeah, they need to make about 1,400 points in this chapter, and that is definitely a task, I'd say, guys, but they might be able to pull it off.
It's definitely possible for a team like Apollyon, but we'll see what Team Revelation has to say about that.
Exactly. Team Revelation's done a great job on their SI as well as their Survivor. Hasn't been as flashy as their Survivor, but they've done a great job of combating Team Apollyon. Gonna be seeing the round go live right here with Team Apollyon trying to make the comeback. Beautiful ski coming out by Bad. We have a Smoke and a Spit go down in the center there. Spit's gonna die. Boomer's gonna wander his way in there and is not gonna hit much of anything. So, Jay, Team Apollyon need to play this round perfectly.
What I think they need to do is not use all the shares in the first tank, because if the Boomer blows them out of the way, then they're gone.
Exactly. So they need to be really, really careful about how they do everything here, and we're going to see them try to do their best to win this. And we are going to see Mr. Grizz go and crown that witch very effectively as the rest of Team Apollyon follows his suit of running through this map. It's going to be a Hunter, a Spitter, a Jockey, and a Smoker for this hit, so a lot of damage potential as a matter of fact. Hunter's already clawing out this door up here. He's going to try to pounce in, manages to actually land onto Acer there. Spit goes down as well. Smoker not going to land much of anything, a little bit of chip going out onto Acer. Now the Smoker is going to manage to get a pull on Acer, but not get him back in the Spit, and the Jockey didn't go in yet, Yams.
Yeah, I think the best bet on this for Team Apollyon on this map is to play 4 shotguns even in that room, because you can just shut stuff down so fast when they come in that doorway, and the tank dies really quickly to 4 shotguns in such a close area.
Exactly. Like, usually they say try to go through Uzis, but I would love to see Team Apollyon just find a way to put those shotguns in the tank's face and do the best they possibly can. It's going to be a Hunter, a Jockey, a Charger, and a Boomer. Boomer goes in there, gets beautifully M2, but then does proxy onto Acer. So now we're going to see this Hunter in the hands of Evol up top here. Jockey going as well. That's going to be a beautiful 2-cap going on the Survivors. And the Charger managed to land on Doodles. A beautiful amount of separation there. Doodlebugs completely tunneled the Hunter, and that is a huge amount of damage going on to Team Apollyon.
Pre-tank, we already have a 1200 health bonus, so they need to play almost flawlessly on these next 2 tanks. Separation was key there.
Exactly, that was huge, and obviously Doodlebugs tried to crib the Hunter with that Uzi, but wasn't quite able to get it. And now there is going to be another hit coming in a few seconds right here for Team Revelation. I wouldn't be surprised if the Spitter tries to get some kind of a delay, but we actually see a block coming out right here. Smoker does manage to spawn up here, trying to get a pull. It's going to be a Jockey, a Spitter, that aforementioned Smoker, and a Boomer. They're going in here right now. Jockey jumping around. Smoker does manage to land for a split second there, but it looks as though the damage mitigation's already out, but Yams, Doodlebugs is already slow.
Yeah, he's already slow, but I think that if he's the only person that gets in cap during the tank, then they'll be in a really good position. And in the second tank, the same thing happens. They can even win the map.
Exactly, they can win the map and win the game, yeah, exactly. So it's going to be all down to how Team Revelation want to take that tank in that room with their SI. So it's going to be pretty important to see what they just choose to go in with, because obviously if they have a Boomer go in there that doesn't land, that's going to be pretty devastating. But they're going to have a Charger, a Smoker, a Spitter, and a Hunter for this hit. They're going to try to send this in right now. It seems that Hunter's already pre-spawned, working his way in, jumping and managing to land onto Grizz. Charger on his way in. Charger's looking for the pull there, but that's a beautiful 2-cap, that Charger and that pull into Spit. Acer getting hoarded in the common there, and Jay, that was a beautiful hit from Revelation.
Bonus is now 1,000, so
that is
mathematically they're still in it, but I think Apollyon knows they just lost it with that.
Yeah, they done goofed there, Yams. That was a huge amount of damage.
Yeah, they need to pray to him that this tank just misses all of his punches.
If the tank even gets like 2 downs, I'm pretty sure that would spell an end to it. Boomer goes in there, manages to get those tables out of the way. Charger, Hunter, and Jockey all going in. They manage to get the Jockey to land again. More chip damage going out. Hunter gets beautifully skeeted right there, but now the tank is going to come up for Team Revelation into the hands of Evol, and Team Apollyon are moving out of the room here, guys.
I think they were going for pills.
Okay.
Or something, for ammo, I don't know.
Something like that, but now they've decided to go back in.
I think they wanted to go for ammo, but they couldn't make it.
Exactly. So how about we take this over to a Team Revelation war room here, X-Spy, because this tank could seal it for Team Revelation.
Stuck on zombies.
Smoker.
Over here,
Yeah, Smoker fast.
Might get a Boomer though.
That's true. Whatever. Are there chairs back in there? If there's chairs, I want the Boomer. Get out of here, Grizz.
Hey. They might push you then.
Oh, now you guys left me. I didn't want you to go. When did I say go?
Jockey just went
Oh
in
my
there.
gosh, you guys.
Behind you.
Oh my gosh.
No, that's good. Look at the bonus.
This.
And we are back. That was the second to last tank potentially of the game for Team Revelation, but we decided to see Team Apollyon push their way out there and try to go completely balls out on that tank. That X-Spy is saying that's a 452 point bonus, so it is so close to being mathematically impossible. We have the Hunter jumping around right here trying to go in. There'll be a Smoker in the rest of this hit, but I think the Hunter might just be trolling right now because I believe Team Revelation have done it. We have Acer running around up here trying to find that Hunter. Boomer spawns up and does get popped after landing a single boom out onto Doodles, and I don't know where the rest of the hit's coming from, but Yams, this should be pretty much GG. Yeah,
I think it's GG with they appear to have 600 bonus left, but with the pills and ticking down and the bleeding health, it's mathematically over.
Right now they have a 596 bonus, because I think they did commit a couple more pills, so it's very, very close, Jay, but we might see a huge victory for Team Revelation here.
They haven't won any maps dramatically, but like you said, each map slowly but surely, 200 points, and then it amounted to the lead they have at this point.
whatever this finale comes down to. The big thing is, if that tank or even an SI hit goes down in there and gets bad down, then that will be the end of the game, because he is pretty much the last permanent health remaining for Team Apollyon. They are still a sliver on Doodlebugs and a sliver on Acer, but pretty much any permanent health they lose right now is going to put them in an area where it's mathematically impossible. We have a hit coming up for Revelation right now. The Charger, a Jockey, a Hunter, and another spawn. Hunter's already bouncing around inside, as a matter of fact, looking for a pin on Doodles, which he does get. Charger's going to go in there right now. Two manages to go through Doodlebugs, but who is now stuck in Spit, taking a lot of damage from that Charger, and that dropped the bonus even more. Now it's down to 528, and Yems, this is getting closer and closer and closer.
Yeah, I think if I'm in Revelation position, I'm just hitting whatever I can. I don't even care about the big bonus at this point, because even just hitting the bleeding people brings the bonus down enough for them to win the game.
Spit's going to throw a free spit in there, and it's not going to get much damage, but now this tank is going to be up into the hands of Evol once again for Team Revelation. So let's send over to one final Team Revelation Worm here, X-Spy. They are on the brink of doing it.
Reloading. Right.
Yeah, give her that. Oops, that was bad.
Coming through here, you can.
I thought I met you.
I see him.
Reloading.
Going.
Behind you.
What? Can you guys go in? Go in, oh my gosh.
Alright, we got him. Good job.
Good job.
And we are back. That was the final tank of the game in the hands of Team Revelation's Evol. But that is a tri-cap momentarily going out there. The two punches going out onto bad. And we can safely say it. Team Apollyon's going to make the chopper, but we're going to be seeing Team Revelation working their way out of Diescraper Redux with a victory over Team Apollyon, Yams.
Yeah, they played really impressive. They played really well. They outplayed Apollyon on all the maps, basically. I don't think they've lost a single one.
Except for this one.
Score.
But already, like...
This one, yeah.
Yeah, but the difference is
But
they
their
made...
aim was to just get the bonus down enough to win.
Yeah, exactly. And now we're going to see this jockey bouncing in right here, and we do see Team Apollyon doing a little bit of common baiting here instead of getting on the chopper. And we...
They're waiting for the wind.
Yeah, they're probably waiting for the wind. And
I don't know if the wind comes when they drop
They're going to do mass suicide, so they're all going to jump off the side of the building. That is Team Apollyon. That is Team Apollyon going down in style right there off the side of the building. But more importantly for them, Team Revelation takes the wins over them and manages to win by a score of 4,244 to 3,649. What an impressive game by Revelation, Jay.
I think there's no doubt that they are the current favorite for this tournament, going into round 5. They're the only team remaining undefeated.
Yeah, and they've done it. They have upset Apollyon in that sense, so I assume that Team Apollyon cannot really be happy about that, but it just came down to exactly how the survivors played out for Team Revelation in that sense, I'd say, EMs, because every map we saw them build up a lead.
Yeah, they just played really well, and they got about 200, 300 points every map and just added up to like an insurmountable lead.
Yeah, and that was really, really tough for Apollyon to overcome. They had a couple of chances there, but then their survivor side just kept pretty much giving it to Team Revelation with the tank in the third chapter, where I believe only a down came out of that. And then also, obviously, Team Revelation did a whole lot more damage on that opening tank of map 2. And honestly, the finale at that point, it was almost out of reach in that sense. They survived to the second tank, and then Evol did what he needed to do on both his tanks to ensure that win. So as I think actually Jay did mention, we are going to be seeing Team Revelation being the only undefeated team actually working their way into round 5. At that 4-0 record, which actually has them sitting up at the top of the standings. And I also believe, if I follow the Swiss system at all, which I have for the past few tournaments, I do believe that actually does put them into a guaranteed playoff spot, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe that is correct with their resistance combined with the 4-0. But the worst record they could have now is 4-2 with good resistance.
Yeah, so they're going to be in a similar position to a couple of the other teams we've seen in the past Swiss tournaments. So that means that Team Revelation have worked their way into that finals bracket. And I am being linked right now, thank you, Jay, for this lovely standing post that Jacob did put up earlier today. And that really sets us at a couple places now where Team Revelation's in full control of their destiny, and as you guys said, they could indeed win this tournament.
They're definitely one of the strongest teams.
Yeah. I'm not sure exactly who's going to play next week then, but it should be a pretty entertaining game, obviously, with the way we just saw Team Revelation and Apollyon go. But if we don't have anything else to say, I do believe we can give a little bit of a wrap-up here. Yams, do you have any final words?
I'm glad we saw that game. I'm glad it was cast and it was really well played by both teams, but the better team came out on top, I guess, for that game. The ones who came up to the game and showed up to play.
Exactly. And how about you, Jay? Any final words?
I love everybody.
All right, so Jay loves everyone, and I would like to say thank you everybody for watching. Thank you for XSpy for streaming this match, and for Jay and Yems for co-casting with me, and everybody who supports CCT3, competitive Left 4 Dead, and the rest of it. Thank you all for watching this match. There'll be more obviously to happen, not only just in the coming weeks, but also when we get to the final rounds, and also there might be another tournament coming for regular map competitive Left 4 Dead after CCT3. More details on that to come, and thank you everybody for watching. Have a great night.